Hey bookworms, welcome in. Today we're going to be talking about all the books I've rated 5 stars so far this year. Coming up first, everyone and their mother read this, so I had to jump on the bandwagon. Plus I love queer hockey romance. So I read the Game Changer series. Heated Rivalry is book 2 in this series, and The Long Game is I think book 6. You don't have to read the entire series, but I highly recommend it because characters like pop up throughout the series and you'll know who they are, but it's an amazing series. Heated Rivalry kind of starts off with Ilya and Shane. Big rivals, are supposed to hate each other, but secretly they're like in a relationship, but they're not out, so they have to hide it. The synopsis is, nothing interferes with pro hockey star Shane Hollander's game. Now that he's captain of the Montreal Voyageurs, he won't let anything jeopardize that, definitely not the sexy rival he loves to hate. Boston Bears captain Ilya Rozanov is everything Shane's not. The self-proclaimed king of the ice, he's as cocky as he is talented. No one can beat him except Shane. Publicly, they're enemies. Privately, they can't stop touching each other. The smart thing to do? Walk away. Once a few secret hookups turn into a struggle to keep the relationship out of the press. The truth could ruin them both, but for Shane and Ilya, secrecy is soon no longer an option. And then The Long Game. To the world, they are rivals, but to each other, they are everything. 10 years. That's how long Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov have been seeing each other. How long they've been keeping their relationship a secret. From friends, from family, from the league. If Shane wants to stay at the top of his game, what he and Ilya share has to remain a secret. He loves Ilya, but what if going public ruins everything? Ilya is sick of secrets. Shane has gotten so good at hiding his feelings, sometimes Ilya questions if they even exist. The closeness, the intimacy, even the risk that would come with being open about their relationship, Ilya wants it all. It's time for them to decide what's most important, hockey or love. It's time to make a call. I really enjoyed that whole series. I think I only skipped like one book because I think it was like before it was like my least favorite tropes and I didn't really care. But anywho, I love Shane and Ilya. I haven't seen the show yet, so no spoilers. My next 5-star read was a reread. It was Goal Lines and First Times by Eden Finley and Saxon James. This entire series is called the Colchester U series. They're all 5 stars, amazing series. I could just reread them all over and over. The synopsis says, Cohen. It turns out making out with my best friend in high school could be considered gay. Who knew? Apparently everyone but me. Now that it's been pointed out, I can't help reliving it in my head, repeatedly. Goodbye Denial Town, hello Confusionville. When my path leads me down the gay dating app route, I don't expect to meet anyone I like, but then I meet him. He can't be more opposite than me. He's smart, he hates hockey, and he identifies as Demi, something I've never heard of. Yet I can't deny something's there. Something I want to explore in person, if only I could get him to agree. Seth. All my life I felt broken, sick of being asked if I could be gay by ex-girlfriends, friends, and even my parents. I joined a gay dating app to prove a point I don't expect to find what's always been missing, a real connection. The problem is I'm too scared to meet him in person. He's a hockey player, and I fear when he finds out my twin plays for the NHL, I'll be overshadowed by my overachieving brother again. Worst yet, what happens if we meet and that connection isn't the same? When I tell him I'm not ready, he's disappointed but supportive. Fate, on the other hand, isn't as accepting. I had no idea the person I've been falling for is someone I already know. So basically this follows Seth and Cohen. They go to rival universities, but Seth's brother used to go to Cohen's university and like played hockey with him, and now he's in the NHL. They don't know who they're talking to online, which is like one of my favorite tropes ever. It's just like such an amazing book. My last 5-star read so far this year, and I actually read it really recently, is Playing Dirty by C.E. Ricky. This is part of the Leighton U series. Again, sports romance. There's like basketball, hockey, football, all in the mix of this series. This one follows Theo and Madden. Their parents just got married. They are rivals. They both play baseball, but for rival colleges, and they don't really like each other. The synopsis says, our rivalry formed long before we became siblings. Madden Hastings has been my nemesis since the day we met. A divide was born from the age-old rivalry between our universities, but this year another layer developed and it became personal. Because the captain of Blackmore's baseball team, he's also my new stepbrother. My disdain for the sudden blending of our families leads to more conflict, and despite their efforts to force us together, coexisting proves impossible. But something else starts burning beneath my bitterness and resentment. An attraction as unexpected as it is potent, and when the chemistry becomes too powerful to deny, our already complicated relationship gets even messier, because a forbidden fling is one thing, but falling for the enemy, it forces me into a choice I never wanted to make, one between loyalty to my team or the love of my life. This book was spicy, but also like kind of emotional, and I really came to care about the characters. This book is also available on Kindle Unlimited. Since I didn't have that many 5-star reads this year, I thought I'd go over my 4.5-star reads as well. There's 2 books that I rated 4.5 stars. They didn't quite give me the 5-star vibes, but I still really liked them. The first one was Game Changers, which is book 1 in the Game Changer series, Hated Rivalry. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really liked it. I don't know, it just didn't give me 5-star vibes, but I did really like the characters, and it was cute. And that book follows Kip and Scott. They meet because Kip works in a coffee shop, Scott's in the NHL, and he goes in there and they meet and there's like chemistry. They get all flirty and cute, and then they end up having like a secret relationship, and then they don't want to keep it a secret anymore, and then it all just blows up. But very cute, very sweet, and I really enjoyed it. My next 4.5-star read, and I read this one a couple months ago, is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. This is fantasy. The synopsis says, Ren Darlington has spent her whole life in hiding, honing her psychic abilities and aiding the rebel uprising in small ways. On the continent, being modified means certain death. And Ren is one of the most powerful mods in existence. When one careless mistake places her in the hands of the enemy, and she's forced to join Silverblock, their most elite training program, she's finally handed the perfect opportunity to strike a devastating blow from inside their ranks. But training for Silverblock can be deadly, especially when you're harboring dangerous secrets and living in close quarters with everyone who wants you dead. As the stakes grow ever higher, Ren must prove herself, but that's easier said than done when your commanding officer is the ruthless and infuriatingly irresistible Cross Redden, who doesn't miss anything when it comes to her. And as war rages between mods like her and those who aim to destroy them, Ren must decide just how far she's willing to go to protect herself and how much of the continent is worth saving. I read this book in like 2 days. It kind of gives like Divergent vibes, and I never read Divergent, but I watched the movie and now I kind of want to read those too. It just really kept me hooked, and I really liked the ending, and I can't wait for book 2, which is Broken Dove, and it comes out in May. So I'll definitely be reading that. Alright, so those are all the books I've rated 5 stars or close to it this year. I haven't really had a whole lot. I've kind of been in a weird reading funk lately where I've been reading a lot but not really finding my favorite books. But thanks so much for watching my channel. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you liked the video, let me know in the comments below, and maybe subscribe to see more bookish content from me that I'll be posting later. I'll see y'all in the next one. In the meantime, I'm sending good reading vibes and forehead kisses your way.